Good morning. So, wanted to get to the idea of now adding integers and rational numbers. So, we talked about what integers and rational numbers are. And I want you to really focus on a couple things at the very, very beginning of this lesson. Okay. The first one is this word right here, combine. Okay, we're going to do our very best to forget the words add and subtract from elementary school. And we're going to really focus on combining the values. Okay, and I will show this in several ways. Okay. If the signs are the same, okay, you have teamwork. Okay, so you could have two positives, you could have two negatives, okay, smiling with bright eyes, smiling so big that I squinched my whole face up, okay, but it's teamwork. And this results in more negative value or more positive value. So let's look at a couple of ideas of this, what this would look like, okay? So let's start with the basics. 2 plus 3. Now, this is a positive 2. We just never write that. So if I'm putting together positive 2 and positive 3, you guys would have already told me that that equation equals 5. Positive 2 and positive 3 equal, okay, we have an equation, they equal the same thing, 5. Okay, but what if it was negative 2 and positive 3? That'd be different, right? And we're going to talk about that next. What if it's negative 2 and negative 3? Well, now think of it like this. You owe your sister $2. And then you really wanted a Jamba Juice, so you borrowed some more money. So now you borrowed $3 more. So you're negative 2 to your sister, you're negative 3. We can agree that that's negative 5 because we took away $5. Now let's look at how this looks on a number line. So you can draw the number line. Okay. There's 0, 1, 2, and I'm not doing very many positive numbers, so my number line doesn't go very far that way. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and you should be drawing this in as well. And I usually go just a couple spaces beyond what I need to. So in my story, I started at negative 2. And then I move the negative direction, right? Negatives go that way. Positives go that way. 3 more spaces. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If we were playing Candyland, you would have moved back 3 spaces and you land here. So hopefully that helps. We will also do some that have rational numbers, but I just wanted to show you with integers first. Okay. Now, if the signs are not the same, okay, you have a battle. Okay, and battles can be fun. Battle bots, but we love all kinds of battles. But notice, these guys look like I might have punched them out a little bit. Okay, the signs don't match. We have a battle. Okay. And this results in positive and negative 0 pairs, there's that word again, eliminating one another until only the winners remain. So let's look at an example. 2 plus negative 8. Okay. Or, and it could also be written this way, negative 8 plus 2. That is the same expression. Okay. Notice I have two positives. Grab better color. If you are colorblind, this will also show up in a shape, so it's okay. Okay, two positives. And 8 negatives. Positive and negative make a zero pair, they go away. Positive and negative, zero pair, go away. So what I'm left with is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 6. Okay, so the negatives win in this case by 6. Now let's think about this in a logical way. Okay, you have $2. You're really hungry. We get to go to the mall and the food court's open again and everything. Okay, and your meal costs $8. So you spend $8. That means you had to borrow from a friend, from your parent, from someone. Okay, so logically, this makes a ton of sense in real life, in a concrete way. Okay, now, I want you to remember that the opposite of a number is called the additive inverse. And together, they create a zero pair. So let's do a couple examples. Okay. On this first one, we're going to use some rational numbers, negative 3/4 plus negative 9/4. Now, the good news is we have a common denominator already. That's really nice. So now I have negative 3, okay, plus negative 9, and the denominator is going to be 4 no matter what. I really don't need a plus and a minus because a positive and a negative together are just the negative. But we can get there later. Okay, so if I'm negative 3 and negative 9 more, negative 12 over 4. And of course you would simplify because I don't need to ask you to do that. It's automatic. So that value is negative 3. Okay, there's an example with fractions. Well, what if I had decimals? 5.1 plus negative 8.3. Or, and I'm going to write this both ways because I like the second way better, it's cleaner. 5.1 minus 8.3. That's what an accountant would be doing all the time. If you have $5.1 million in the bank, but you want to buy a mansion that's 8.3, well, we better figure out how much more money you need. Apparently you need a loan. Okay. Well, are there more negatives or more positives? Okay. More negatives. I know there's more negatives because 8.3 is farther away from 0 than 5.1. Okay. How many more? You can find the difference between the spaces just by doing a little subtraction over here. But we know that it's negative 3.2, okay? Because this is negative, or this is 3.2 spaces farther from 0, but negative. Okay? So I'm going to have you try some of these. Very, very proud of you, and I will see you again in class.